Okay, what's up, my people? We have an update on Harry Potter season show. Let's get into the video.
The Harry Potter show just got new leaks as filming continues in Hertfordshire, England. After months of speculation, new set photos have started
Hertfordshire.
making the rounds online, revealing a massive and dramatic redesign of the iconic Hogwarts school robes. But these aren't just costume reveals, we got our first look at the new cast, with Harry Potter, Ron, Draco, and Neville in action. Now, these images are capturing what is likely the pivotal early scene, the very first flying lesson with Madame Hooch. So today we're going to be diving into those leaks. We're also going to be talking about the overall production timeline as well as when the release date might actually be. We know the series premieres in 2027, but when exactly could that be? And we're also going to talk about when we could get our first teaser for the show. Now, before we get into the new designs, let's first establish a bit of a baseline. Let's talk about the original movie robes, because over 20 years ago, they have been the definitive image of a Hogwarts student. Now, when you think of a Hogwarts uniform, you're picturing the black flowing robes with the gray sweater, with the white collared shirt, and of course the house tie. Now, the costume design for the films was a visual journey on its own, with the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone robes being fairly simple at first. They were the heavy and mostly black designs that I thought were really awesome. And they were meant to be these big, encompassing garments
For the
that the
times,
first
man.
years that looked like they were swimming on them because of how, big they were. The house identity was there, but it was subtle and mostly shown in the tie and the small crest. Now, the new robes in the Harry Potter show are very similar to the original movie ones. If you guys remember Dominic McLaughlin's first look as Harry Potter, you can see that the robes look very similar to the ones from the movies. However, there are subtle differences between the two. But now let's talk about the new leaked set photos that have just been revealed. New set photos were taken at...
So the robes, like if you notice the uniform, from what I know, obviously that's a British type of uniform with a tie and the jumper cardigan. We call it over here. The robes, the robe side of it is just like because they're a wizard, and that's what wizards wear, don't they? That like long robe, and so it's a mashup between a school and a magical school, so a wizard, right? So the tie is the uniform, the what I just say. My mind's gone. Anyway, that's a mashup, isn't it? Wizard and to school. So yeah.
the historic Ashridge estate in Hertfordshire, and they've just recently been revealed, capturing what is clearly the first flying lesson scene from the first book. The images that were revealed show us a first look at Dominic McLaughlin as Harry Potter, Lox Pratt as Draco Malfoy, Rory Wilmot as Neville Longbottom, and Alistair Stout as Ron Weasley. And the first thing that jumps out is the overall context. The scene being filmed appears to be the moment that Draco Malfoy steals Neville's Remembrall, prompting Harry to give chase on his broom for the first time. Now, alongside the actors, the photos also reveal Louise Brealey, I think that's the pronunciation, in costume as the one and only Madame Hooch. Now, in these shots, the students are wearing these bulky, almost like reddish brown or purple outer robes, which has prompted the discussion on whether or not these were the everyday robes, which clearly they aren't, because these robes look like they're specifically for outdoor activities like the flying lesson that they're, undergoing. I don't believe the books ever mentioned a different color robe for flying, but this heavier robe that is specifically for, outdoor activities makes a lot of practical sense, which just kind of tells me that they're going for a more varied and functional wardrobe than what was depicted in the films. But this right here is where we get to the biggest change that we actually mentioned on the channel before. Gone are the gray sweaters, cardigans, and the striped ties, and in their place, the series introduced the knitted V-neck jumpers, with the house colors integrated directly into the sweater itself. Now, these jumpers are the main way to identify a student's house, with the thick bands of color, like the scarlet and gold for Gryffindor around the neckline and waist, which this right here is a big shift, moving away from the primary house identifier from an accessory to the actual jumper itself. Now, the robes being changed are a part of a much larger and deliberate effort for this new series to kind of make its own identity, while also staying faithful to the source material of the books, but also keeping that same visual representation that we got from the movies as well. For example, sets like, Diagon Alley will need a complete reimagining almost. It can't be just like a carbon copy of the movie sets. That would kind of be pointless. But I think like some of the key aspects should be pretty similar. For instance, Gringotts should look very similar, but I do think that we are in for a, fundamental redesign of some of the most iconic locations, which is really exciting to see. And then we have the casting. While the official announcements have been made, these leaks are the first time that we've actually seen these characters on set for their roles, at least for some of them. Like Harry, obviously we've seen a bunch of stuff that he's been in, but those were mainly stuff from his muggle clothes. But seeing these characters, wear their uniforms and are getting ready to do their first flying lesson is just really exciting times. And all of the choices that have been made really shows that the creative team knows that they're following one of the most beloved film franchises of all time, and seeing their creative take on things is really exciting. However, I think in some cases they might be going a little bit safe with it, mainly because deviating from, things that are really iconic looks is just not the best idea. However, copying it directly would be a mistake as well. So instead, they're making really smart and deliberate changes that are telling the audience that this is a new adaptation, mainly for the book fans who craved all of the details that the movies left out. And only time will tell if they, stick the landing. So with the filming officially started as of July of 2025, what does the overall production schedule look like? Well, now that we've seen that the filming is continuing with Harry's first flying lesson, we can kind of get an idea of how far they are into the season 1. That is, if they are filming things chronologically. I'm sure that they're probably not going to be doing everything chronologically, but if they are making some significant headway as they approach the 2027 release date. But for a series of this scale, filming a single season can easily take up better part of a year, maybe even a year and a half, followed by a really extensive post-production pipeline for all of the complex visuals. However, we do have confirmation that they plan to do a lot more practical effects for some of the magic, if not all of the magic. So that could mean that things either go quicker or a lot slower for the, overall production. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I've reported on, different reports that suggest that the 2 seasons are likely going to be filming back to back, which is a huge undertaking, but I think it's a smart move to keep the child actors from aging too quickly between the early years. HBO has publicly committed to that decade-long plan for the show, telling us that there is a very deliberate and paced out production cycle to cover all 7 books. This series is not going to be a sprint, it is a marathon. So seeing them on set now, filming the scenes from the first book, is the first step in that very long journey. And again, if they're filming things in a chronological order, they're at the flying portion, so that does mean that they're still a ways away to completing the first season, let alone even starting the second season.
I really hope that they capture not the same, but something as special as they did with the movies. They've got the chance to definitely capture that, because as he just said, that because it's a series, they can go into detail. So no matter what, it's going to be different, in my opinion, because movies obviously is different to season shows. As I said, as my man said, that there's certain stuff they missed out on, in the movies, as they do anyway. When they change a book to a movie rather than to a series. This is why series are, I feel this is the year, for the last couple of years actually, the years of the season shows, where they're taking it from movies and all that and making it a seasonal show, and it seems like they're gonna be killing it. I reckon they could kill it if they execute really well with Harry Potter, the show. They could really kill it, really kill it. If they're gonna do all 7 books as well, from 2020, 2027, 2027. Sorry, it's weird saying that. When it does release, from when it first is released all the way until the 7th book, if they're planning on doing it. So it's going to be 7 seasons. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that it's going to be around for a long time, long time. If they are planning to do what I think they're gonna do, yeah, and I'm excited for it, but I just hope they don't F it up, man. At the same time, you know what I mean? Or there's something that makes me not want to watch it, this woke stuff that's going on. Don't woke it up, J.K. Rowling. I don't know if she's part of this. because it is HBO. From what I know, HBO is a American owned. So are they gonna mess it up and do all this woke stuff and make all this weird stuff go on, like men kissing men, and because what they did with funny enough, I paused it, not meaningful on this guy, and the new adaptation of him in the movies. He's like somewhat gay, I think, and I don't want them to start doing all this rubbish woke stuff. Just stick to the authenticity, sorry, of what's going on, regarding the adaptation of Roald Dahl's work, J.K. Rowling's work, sorry, um, and also capturing the movie at the same time. The movie is really iconic. His book is really iconic. The movies are really iconic. So if they take this and they F it up and don't make it, how can I say, this woke stuff that's going on lately, I'll be really, I can't even get my words out today. Sorry, I apologize. Really upset, man. Because especially British people, we don't like that. We don't like that type of stuff, man. And yeah, Hertfordshire, doesn't matter where you are, Irish people, Scottish people, all these people, we don't like that shit, man. So please don't. I know you guys, America, you own it, I guess, to a certain extent. I don't know if you what the percentages are and if J.K. Rowling's involved, but don't F this up, man, please, because you're gonna get a lot of people upset. Yeah, and with things like that, you can't control what people do or say. I'm not throwing any threats out there. I'm just saying that's all. So be careful.
Now, as for a trailer or a teaser for this show, I think we're going to have to be really patient here. Typically, for a big series like this one, HBO might release a very short teaser, maybe just a shot of the, letter of Hogwarts or the castle itself, about a year ahead of time to build up the hype. So perhaps we get something in late 2026, or maybe sometime in like the middle of 2026. However, a full and official trailer would likely follow much closer to the show's release date, probably around 3 to 4 months before the premiere, maybe 6 months, which means that we could be waiting until like the summer of 2027 before we actually see the first full trailer showing off the new vision of the Wizarding World, which is obviously a long ways away. But I mean, if they're releasing the show in sometime in like fall of 2027, then a summer reveal would make sense. However, it really depends on when they plan on releasing the first season. Like, for instance, if they release the first season within the first like 3 months of 2027, we could be getting a big teaser sometime like near the end of 2026, perhaps like in Q3. It all just depends on how long they're going to take for the post-production. One thing is for certain is they're going to delay this thing until they get it right, but they can't delay it too long because, these students are growing up and time is money and money is time. So what does this all add up to? With these new leaks from the flying lesson scene, or seemingly that scene, gives us much more than just a different costume reveal. They kind of offer our very first look at the new cast in action, actually at what is going to be Hogwarts, a concrete confirmation that the film is in full swing for that 2027 premiere, and a clear vision for the show's future. And with the decade-long production journey ahead and the first trailer still likely more than a year away, these details are literally everything for me. This isn't just a basic set leak like, yeah, it might seem like it is, but this is a start of a very long journey that I'm really excited to see how it unfolds. But this is where I want to hear from you guys. What's your thoughts on all of these massive redesigns? When do you guys think the series is going to launch? Like, what month are you thinking in 2027? What do you guys want to see for the very first teaser trailer? Let me know down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and until next time, this has been Wes, and I'll talk to you guys on the other side of the world. Mischief managed.
Yeah, shout out to him for this, putting this together. Really good. Yeah, so I want to clear something up. I said cardigan earlier. So from what I know, cardigan is something that with buttons on. Our uniform in the UK. So these are for people that don't know. Most people know if you're a Harry Potter fan, I'm assuming. But so in England, Wales, Scottish, Irish, Shout out to you guys. Um, I know from UK because I'm British. The uniform that we had was like in school, in primary school. Yeah, is that jumper they have and a collar, like a shirt collar with a tie. So the robe we had, we didn't have a robe, so we had like a blazer in some schools or some sort of jacket, cardigan. Well, not cardigan, jacket. Um, Cardigan just had like it's like a jumper with buttons on it, kind of thing. That's yeah. Anyway, so we had that jumper. So that's the school part of the uniform, and then they're wizards. So what they did instead of having like some type of blazer over the jumper with the tie, they put a wizard jacket on, like a long wizard jacket on with a hoodie, with a hood on the back of it, because it's wizards school, isn't it? Wizard school, and then the wand to know that they're wizards. So anyone out there, I don't know, maybe you know, maybe if you don't know, that's what the uniform is. So instead of taking that old traditional blazer and having it on top of the jumper and the tie and the shirt, you have a wizard cape. So that's the only thing they did. So they went really traditional with the uniform, um, as all over the UK. I don't know anywhere that doesn't have, especially a shirt, a jumper, and a tie in their uniform. Every school that I know that I've gone to in the UK has that. It's traditional. So the only thing that ain't is the cape because they're wizards. So yeah, that's the uniform. Um, so anyone wondering about the uniform and all that, like, there's only so much they can do with it. They're not going to go out further outside that. Like make the cape lighter, heavier. They're not going to have no hoodie because that would be silly of them, I think, because part of being a wizard is having that hood, isn't it? So the only thing they can do is change up the color of the tie, the hood look maybe longer or shorter. I don't know, different materials and stuff like that, different colors. Like there's only so much they can do. So the best thing I think they can do is maybe make it lighter for the people that are wearing it. So it'd be like to do with the actors. If it's too heavy for these little kids that are in it, they're gonna be like, oh, it's too heavy. Okay, we can make it heavier. I mean, lighter. Make it more movable. Like, yeah, stuff like that. So I don't think the fans really care too much about that. I don't think, um, as it's a adaptation of like not only um because if I'm not mistaken, in the books, that tie that they wear in the movie, that Harry has in the movie, the colour of the tie is not the same as the one in the books. The one that they've chosen to go with at the moment, that I've seen a new tie that Harry is wearing, the new Harry, it looks more closer to the books. I could be wrong, but from I've looked at the books, a couple of them. Um, yeah, I do read from time to time. Unfortunately, yeah, I do. Um, but yeah, I looked at the Harry Potter books, and I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure that tie is the original tie that they've got on the new adaptation. I've seen that tie on the in the books, the original books. So yeah, they might be actually not only taken from the movie, but also taken from the books, like the uniform and what they look like. Harry and the Harry that we're looking at as well. Um, the new Harry looks more like the Harry in the book than the Harry that we've seen in the movies. So I feel like they're going to be taking a bit from both. And they've got loads of years of Harry Potter stuff. Harry Potter, sorry, stuff. My dad used to get on me about that. Anyway, they had a lot of stuff to to kind of like know what to do. A lot of data on Harry Potter. Um, Good, bad, I'm sure, because they've got a lot of information regarding like even like stand up. They've got stand up shows. That what you call it, Professor Snape. Um, the guy that plays the is it we not Ron Weasley. Oh gosh, I just watched a video of him the other day. The bad guy. Oh, I forgot his name, man. With the blonde hair. He does the stand-up shows. Um. Anyway, they've got like. I just think that they're doing a bit of adaptation of the movie. It seems like, and the books. You've got the stand-up Broadway shows. I'm talking about. They've got so much data regarding what to do and what not to do, that what can work and what won't work from all these different stuff they have done with Harry Potter, from the books to the to the movies to the stand-up Broadway show, the theme parks and all that. They can use it all, and then kind of like, oh, that didn't work, let's do that, let's do that, let's do that. Like, they have so much on this, so it's very, I'll be surprised if they have. I just don't think it will fail if they do right by the fans. I just don't. I just feel like the only thing that would fail is if they do this, in my opinion, all this woke stuff that we're talking about. You know what I'm talking about, where the show is not about that fans. It's about someone's agenda. Like, you need to get ego out of your peripheral, or your front. Sorry, your keep it at the back of you. Like, keep yourself in check and think about the fans, what the fans want, and what works on screen. You know, you can't think about yourself when you're doing something like this. Definitely not. Don't do what the Witcher season, the lady that did the Witcher. Don't F it up like that, please, because people are going to come for you. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, I've been talking and rambling on too much. Let me know what you think regarding my talking points in the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also please message and let me know what you like regarding the new actors that are coming forth, or any footage. Message below and let me know. I'm sure you want to tell me certain stuff that I've mostly said wrong or something. Oh, I don't know. Just message me and let me know. Have a nice day. You know who it is. It's me. I'm what's missing. And yeah, we're gonna get to that meal as usual. Have a nice day. Bye.